What were some of the notable changes that you experienced when you overcame your addiction or that period?
My addictions.
Yes.
When I overcame my addictions, I started feeling good about myself. I got my self-worth back. That was very key. Because the moment, George, you lose your self-worth, anything that comes your way, you accept. Every nonsense, every crap. Sorry for using that French word. But my self-worth came back. I changed my circle of friends, all right? I changed my circle of friends. I got a new circle of friends, people who were of the right value, I believe, and I reduced many of my friends. My outlook on life is so different that all I want right now is to serve my purpose, is to live out my purpose, so that when I die, the day that time comes, they will say, here lies a great man. He lived his purpose. I thank God this man lived. Because he lived, I managed to change. I managed to learn from his mistakes. You understand? So I started using my mistakes as a lesson to other people, not to fall into the same trap.
What have you learned about, you've been sharing
Yes.
now your experience, and you're very vocal about it. I'm sure this has encouraged other men to come out and speak about their issues.
Yeah.
What have you learned from that? Being able to share your experience. Are people suffering? What's going on?
The one powerful thing about sharing your experience, and not just the good, even the ugly, is that it rescues another man, rescues another woman. But one thing I must add to anybody who wants to go that direction is that you will also open yourself to being attacked. Why are you opening up yourself? Many people, you may be opening up yourself about your addictions that you have conquered, but remember, you are also talking to people who have not conquered those addictions. Now, some of those people will not be happy, so they will fight you. Not saying that I'm also going through that addiction. They will just fight you by hating on you. But what you're doing, you're scratching a very painful surface that they don't want to deal with. You understand what I'm saying? And it has helped many people. And when I walk down the streets, when you meet somebody, thank you for sharing your story, it changed me. So one person who tells me, you changed my life, that alone will silence 1,000 haters. So I'm just happy that no pain goes into waste. God will never waste any pain. So all the failures, all the tears, all the pain, all the mockery you will ever go through, George, is not for you. It's for somebody else to learn and get blessed. Every pit that you fell into is so that you get out of that pit and cover it, so that the young men, young women coming after you in the same direction will not fall in that pit. Sharing your past, your struggles, past, present struggles, is showing people, listen, I'm not acting God, but I know God can help all of us, if only we are broken before Him. Yes, sir.
Now, I know you had a conference. There's one popular conference that you had. Was it last year?
Yes.
Last year.
The men's conference?
The men's conference.
Yeah.
And I watched bits and pieces, and they were very powerful stories. What prompted that? Because you invited quite a few personalities.
Yes.
What prompted that conference?
What prompted me was to tell men we can have a safe space. And to tell men you may see other people at the top of their game, but it doesn't mean they're perfect. In fact, one of the people I invited is Mr. Wahiga Moora. And let me tell you, he is one man, and this I'm sure many will agree with me, who has maintained honor and dignity in an industry where it is hard to maintain that honor. So for him to inculcate the values to this young man, that you know what, you can be in a crazy industry but still maintain your honor. So I wanted men to be in a safe space, to be in a place where we can talk and feel nothing, that no judgment will happen. I invited Big Ted, CJ Atemo, Anthony Ajidwa, all these great men who have conquered. And so for people to say, if they went through that, oh, so I shouldn't feel guilty. And if they got out, guess what? We'll also get out. So it's the fact that men don't talk. But I needed men to listen to men who they look up to, who they have seen in public spaces, and to to hear them say, I also have my issues. It goes straight on. I also have my issues. I had to deal with this kind of addiction. I had to deal with anger, and now I'm at the top.
Let's switch gears to your passion and
Yes.
what brings in money now for you. Are these things that you've always done, or when you made the transformation, did you find out other giftings that now led to money?
Yeah, but we can just go around. Should be here, but should have gone round. Sorry. Yes, when I discovered my giftings, other streams came in. I discovered like an MC. I know I'm an actor. I know I'm a trainer. I know I'm a mentor. I know now I run the Burale School of Leadership, where we have a full-fledged training manual, and we have people who have graduated from this Burale School of Leadership. And by God's grace, I've traveled into many countries to speak. Yes, so when you discover your gifting, you will work on it passionately. If you woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, George, and you gave me a microphone and tell me we have 1,000 people here, speak to them about purpose, speak to them about this and that, I will speak, because that's in line with my purpose. And being in line with my purpose, I will passionately do that which I am called to do. And purpose, passion, and evidently and without fear, profit. As long as you're changing people, your writings in the hard place, God will make sure a profit comes out of your purpose, which you work with passionately.
What can you tell, especially during this period? There are quite a few people. I mean, the newspapers or the media said, I think 1.6 million people lost their jobs during this period.
Yes.
What would you tell them? What would you tell these people?
And it's so bad that people have lost their source of livelihood. But I'll tell them, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Even in this pain, look for the blessing. You can turn right. Look for the blessing. Maybe some of you are pushed out of employment to start your own business. Don't spend too much time in pain and crying, but your morning is coming. All I will tell them, I'll tell them without fear, look for the blessing in the pain. Many people are stuck at the pain. What will I do? What will happen in my life? What will happen to my life? But let me tell you something. There are people who are now making money in this season that they ever made before. Don't despair. Look unto God. Pray. Get ideas. And some of you will start very, very successful businesses. Yes. Look for the blessing in the pain. Look for the blessing. It's there. I mean, light shines brightest in darkness. You understand? Wipe your tears, because your tears are blurring your sight. You can see clearly, and you got to see clearly to know where you're supposed to go in this dark season. But I hope that the government will find contingency plans to really cushion the many who have lost their jobs because their children are suffering, and a government that cannot take care of its people or cannot have the right pillars for the economy is a government that is killing their own. Yes.
Is there anything else you would like to add on as we conclude this interview?
Well, for me, it's to just tell people, love one another. Everybody's going through some hell and high water. It's a dark season. People don't know what to do. People don't know where to get money from. Some don't know where to feed their family. Show somebody some love. In fact, as you're watching this, please type something on this video and just encourage somebody. Encourage a stranger. You understand? And you will be okay. Send this link to somebody, because somebody's life must be changed.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard from none other than Robert Burale. Mr. Burale, tumekushukuru sana.
Asante sana.
Thank you for this opportunity you've given us to drive you to your destination.
Yes.
And for the interview as well.
Thank you,
We
sir.
appreciate you for your insight, and we wish you nothing but the best. We know those are murky waters out there, especially for you and for anyone else who has this celebrity status.
Yes.
But you have taught us how to overcome such things. So tumeshukuru sana, and all the best in this COVID period. You already beat COVID firsthand.
I did.
So you can accomplish anything.
I glorify
Definitely.
God. I glorify God. And thank you.